Yeah, there's no replacement for wins and more specifically 3 points in the position we're in. So that was very important tonight, regardless of how it happened. It happened, and that was the objective of the evening that we talked about in the locker room before the game. And so I'm very happy with that. I think playing in a controlled manner against a deep block has not been very easy for us. But tonight, I think the guys did an excellent job of playing with control, but also the right times, creating some dynamic moments in the final third against a deep block, but always being in control and not allowing pretty much anything on the counter. Just in the second half when it was 3-0, one or two small moments. And I was very pleased with that. We actually worked on it during the week, these specific moments. And so that was something that we had spoken about after Vancouver we were not happy with, and worked on it during the week. We had another extra day of rest, not playing in Austin. And so I think that all helped out for sure tonight. But it's a really good step in the right direction for us to play against teams in a deep block, to break them down, to create a lot of moments. And not so much in doing it, but in how we did it. And I think that is what we'll show the players tomorrow, my days, and Friday. And then to be ready for Dallas on Saturday.
This was the first time you faced Colorado since the second leg of the Champions League, when accusations were made against Sergei Palencia. He was cleared, of course. The foul tonight, the red card, do you think that was residual from that at all? Was there a situation on the field where maybe that was manifested because of some feelings related to that?
Nothing at all that I could pick up on. It seemed like a normal MLS match that both teams tried to win. The referee made his decision. I think it's a young player. I don't think it's ever happened to him. I don't think there was any real intent there to hurt Sergi by any means. Just hard play, and the ref made his decision. Could have called the yellow card too, but he made his decision, and that's why they're refs and we're not.
Coach, congrats on the win. First half for Javairô Dilrosun looked a little disjointed. Even Mark Delgado at one point kind of gesturing pretty fervently towards him to make a different run. And then second half, he looked like he had started running better patterns in the right spaces. And can you talk about if you addressed something at halftime, particularly with the way he was making his runs, or it was more of a team thing?
Yeah, it's always connected. I don't think it's specific to him or one thing we say. And so everything that leads up to a moment where you do score or something does something, we break through in a very clear manner. All of those moments before are meaningful for that moment. And so sometimes forcing things in one certain way will open up pockets another way. If I am an outside back and I play up the line 4 times, the 5th time the defender is going to stop me. So I have to think differently and go inside. So a lot of our offensive play and breaking teams down in a low block are exactly that. Trying certain things to open up different pockets later on and prioritizing certain spaces. And so there's just a lot of that jockeying going on. The longer you are in a lower block and the more passes the opponent makes, the opponent being us, the harder it is to block all the windows and to stop everything. I thought Colorado did a very good job defending for about 40 minutes until the penalty. But from my perspective, it was only a matter of time with one more player.
Hey, Steve. Javairô also, he scores his first goal. And before that, he has the shot that's blocked that sets up Ordaz's goal. Kind of a non-assist. How big is that for him?
Yeah, it's great. I think this past season in Liga MX, it wasn't a prolific season for him. He had some great games, also against us. But we saw a player and identified a player who, in our system, could find the back of the net and set up his teammates. And he did exactly that tonight. And I think every game he's played for us, he's gotten a little better, which is a great sign. Okay. Thank you. Hello, Kitty.
If you looked at the schedule, I'm sure you have. You guys have a lot of games coming up in a short period of time. How do you approach that? Does it concern you that you have so much coming up, or do you just have to look at every 90 minutes and not worry about that?
Yeah, I think you just have to go one day at a time. I think we're all going to be important, the whole team. You know, if he decides to change the roster up a little bit, I think just everybody's ready, and we're going to trust in everyone to do their job.
Hi, Nate. You won the starting job already early this year, but now with the departure of Javairô, how does that kind of affect you, knowing that you're probably starting, most games in the starting 9 every time?
I mean, I don't want to be complacent. I think, I don't think I want it in my head. I think I could lose it just as quick. I have to keep scoring. I have to keep proving myself, and I think you can't be complacent as a forward, especially because that's what everyone wants to be. That's what everyone wants to do, and just it could fly away from you quick.
Nathan, aquí, 2 preguntas en una, por favor. La primera, un gol importante tuyo ahora. Y la segunda, el técnico de El Salvador dijo hoy que va a llamar a jugadores que están en Estados Unidos también.
There was a question?
Yeah. La primera es un gol importante ahora. ¿Puedes decirlo en español?
Sí, estaba importante. Todos los goles están importantes, pero para terminar el juego, ese gol estaba importante.
Y la otra es, el técnico de El Salvador dijo que va a llamar a jugadores que están en Estados Unidos ahora.
Sí, I don't get what you're asking, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No entiendo, disculpe.
El técnico de El Salvador dijo hoy que va a llamar a jugadores que están en Estados Unidos, a Roldán, a Zabaleta,
okay.
a ti obviamente. ¿Qué comentario te merece?
Pues es bien, va a ayudar, y si ellos quieren jugar con nosotros, es mejor por nosotros para ayudar a ganar.
Gracias.
With so many, I'm sure you've looked at the schedule and realized you guys have a lot of games in a short period of time. How do you prepare for that? Does it worry you, or are you used to that now?
Est-ce que tu es habitué ou ça t'inquiète qu'on joue beaucoup de matchs consécutifs maintenant?
Non, justement, moi j'attends que ça, de jouer, de m'entraîner. J'en ai un peu à la tête, mais voilà, j'ai envie de jouer, ça m'inquiète pas du tout.
That's what he likes. He says that he likes play. When we train too much, it becomes tiring for him, so he prefers a schedule like that.
Denny and Mark, all 3 starters in the attack scored tonight. What was working well for you as a group?
Les 3 attaquants qui ont commencé le match ont fait tous des buts. Pourquoi? Qu'est-ce que tu penses de ça?
C'est bien pour l'équipe, ça prouve que voilà, y a pas que moi qui marque, tous les joueurs sont importants et chaque but est important, donc c'est bien pour l'équipe.
He says it's good for the team because everybody participates in the attack. We're not just focusing on one player, and it's important that keeps up.
Denis, you're up over 80 goals in a black and gold shirt, but tonight in the regular season, 50. What does that number mean to you? Is that something that matters, or is it just something along the way for the larger journey?
Tu as marqué 80 buts ou plus avec l'équipe, mais 50 dans la saison régulière. Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire pour toi?
Je suis très content déjà d'avoir atteint des 50 buts et les 80 buts avec LAFC. Voilà, j'espère en mettre d'autres et voilà, d'atteindre un record.
He says that he sees goals like every goal is the same or important. He doesn't see regular season or not. He just hopes that he could continue putting numbers for this club.
Congrats on your win tonight. I have a question about physical health. What is your routine for muscle recovery?
Elle a une question sur ta récupération musculaire. C'est quoi ta routine? Moi, j'allais rire.
C'est très difficile. Ma routine, c'est que j'attends avec impatience le jour du match. Voilà, je me prépare, je reste chez moi, je m'occupe de mes enfants et puis voilà, le jour du match, je suis prêt.
The way he likes to recover is the time he has home, sometimes taking care and helping out with the kids. And every time he has to train or do the right things in training is the way he does it. So it doesn't look like he has something specific that really helps him.
Last question.
Just kind of go off of his question over there.
Hello.
So around 83 goals, roughly. If I'm not mistaken, that's maybe 10 before 10 away from Carlos Vela. You're approaching that relatively quickly. Like, I'm not sure if that's one of your goals or whatnot, but what would it mean to you to eclipse Carlos and eventually, potentially, be the top goal scorer in LAFC history?
T'es peut-être à 10 buts plus ou moins de passer Carlos Vela. Qu'est-ce que ça voudrait dire pour toi le faire dans le club?
Que j'atteins déjà une icône à LAFC, déjà ça serait une bonne chose pour moi. Et puis de laisser mon nom tout simplement à LAFC, ça serait une chose de magnifique.
He hopes first to get to the numbers of a player that he considers an icon of the football world, then also LAFC. And then if he has the chance to pass those numbers, he wants to keep it on doing it to become himself an icon in the club.
Congratulations on the goal.
Thank you.
Month ago or so, you're playing with Club America, and here you're celebrating the Shalala with Hello Kitty. Things have changed an awful lot for you in the last month or so. What's that journey been like for you?
Yeah, of course, football goes quick. I don't know how you say it there, soccer. It goes quick. So one moment you're at Club America, and like the next moment you're at LAFC. But yeah, I'm here to do these things like score goals and try to play good games. So yeah, football goes quick. That's all I can say.
Speaking of quick, you are on a very short loan. What is that as a player? How do you approach that type of situation?
Of course, yeah, when I arrive, you need time to adapt. You need to get to know the players, get to know the stuff, get to know the tactics. But to be honest, with this short loan, you don't have so much time. So I'm happy that I scored now. So hopefully this the first of many.
Yeah, on your first goal, what does that mean for you as LAFC first goal?
Yeah, it's really important. I think I've not scored for a long time, and mentally that's tough. I think after every ball you lose, it gets stuck in your head mentally, and I think with the goal, yeah, that's a great feeling. So I'm happy now, and hopefully this is only the first.
All three of the starters in the attack scored tonight. What did you see from the group as a collective, and how did you feel you handled the low block against Colorado?
Yeah, of course. I think in the first 10 minutes they got the red card, so it was difficult for them, but it was also difficult for us because they were really low and they were compact as a team. So it was hard to break down, but yeah, with the penalty Denis gave us, it opened more and we got more spaces. And in the second half, you saw that that we had a lot of space and a lot of the ball, and Colorado was getting tired. So I think we could have scored more, but we're happy with the 3-0.
Congrats on your win. I have a question about physical health. What is your routine for muscle recovery?
I started last week. So after every training at the facility, I went to train on my own as well with sports rehab from LA, and yeah, we've been working the whole week this week also, and they've been really helping me get better, get fitter. So I think it's been really good for me, and yeah, it's not the end for me. So I keep training with them, and my trainer Akil, he's a really good trainer. So I'm happy to have him.